greatest player of all time. You know, everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled. And for us to come back, you know, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something special. That's probably one of the only times in my career I felt like, oh, like you did something special. I haven't really had time to really like sit back and think, but that was a moment.
Shannon over here celebrating while listening.
We all need to celebrate. We all need to celebrate Goat Man. Goat Man. Yeah, that's him.
Because he says so?
Yeah, don't do that, Skip. Don't do that, Skip, trying to undermine that man's argument.
Is he right?
I didn't need him to tell me that. Tell me what I already know.
You and him, you're the only two.
It ain't over me and him. It's more. More than.
There's some blind witnesses.
Stop doing that, Skip.
Yeah.
And besides, he released this video or it came out on his birthday. Who am I to disagree with a man on his birthday? December 30th.
Today's the day after.
Well, it came out yesterday. So stop it. You know who birthday was yesterday also, Skip? My dog, Tonka Man.
Really? Yeah. Good. Happy birthday, Tonka Man. There you go.
5 years old?
No coincidence that it's born on December 30th.
Really?
Yeah.
Greatest dog ever?
Yeah.
I got one who would disagree with that.
Skip, look. I mean, LeBron's saying this. Now, am I surprised that he said this publicly? I'm sure he's stated this on many, many times privately. With he and D Wade or some of his friends, Maverick, Randy, Rich Paul. I'm sure Savannah's probably heard it a million times. I don't.
Now we're getting to the truth.
I don't need to hear. I know it. And I've been saying this because of his body of work. It wasn't one painting. One painting doesn't make you an artist. 1,000 paintings doesn't make you an artist. But doing what he did.
Wait, that's just one little thing.
Don't do that, Skip Bayless.
Well, wait, so body of work doesn't matter? 3 and 6 doesn't matter in the finals? I don't know.
I'm just trying to just enjoy. Because what makes me...
Just sweep all the rest of it under the carpet and enjoy.
If you don't mind me asking, you remember on your old show, who came on your show and said they were going to the parade? Even when they was down, Jenny told I said, Skip, I'm going to the parade. You want to go?
And who backtracked at the last second on that prediction?
I didn't feel good.
You backtracked.
I didn't feel good.
You backtracked. You took it back.
But LeBron called me and said, Shay, I got this. Skip, look, you look at his body of work, and I get it. Now, if
you were stalking him at that parade. You went up there.
I did.
And he's looking at you like, who are you?
No, he didn't. We should stop it. Skip, look. I agree with LeBron because doing what he did in the fashion in which he did it. This is a 73-9 team. They had the 2-time MVP. The last time he won it, that season was unanimous. And they were down 3-1. No team in NBA Finals history has ever come back from a deficit like this, let alone against this juggernaut. Now, no one thought they could do this. Everybody's like, okay, let's go in the parade. They had already mapped the parade right out. They had already had champagne and everything. LeBron said, nah, bro, I ain't gonna let it happen. Skip, if you look at all the All-Star game appearances, you look at the All-NBA selections, you look at the career, no other player is 28-8-6 for a playoff. He's 27-7-7 for a career. All the triple doubles. Skip. Now, it's the likelihood that who we refer to as the GOAT has won the most titles normally does not happen. I mean, Michael Jordan doesn't have the most NBA titles. Whoever we refer to as the GOAT, Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds doesn't have any. And some people refer to him as the GOAT, say that he's the greatest player they've ever seen. He doesn't have any titles. Babe Ruth doesn't have the most. A lot of people say
baseball completely different than basketball. Okay. Only 5 can play. Yeah. Okay. And there's no difference between pitchers and hitters. But you can do both.
The reason why I say GOAT James, Bron's the GOAT. The reason why I hashtag that GOAT man, the reason why I say LeBron James is the best, because I saw Michael Jordan win the title on a 57-win team Bulls, retire, and they win 55 games. And a horrible Hugh Hollins call away from getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. I see.
What'd Scotty do at the end of the game?
Skip.
Quit on him.
You can't interrupt me, Skip. I won't let you do it, Skip. I will not let you interrupt me anymore. I'm going to tell you one time. I saw LeBron James leave.
The show over yet, Jim?
No, it's not over yet. We got plenty of time. I saw LeBron James leave Cleveland, Skip. And they get the lottery. I see LeBron James go to Miami. They go to the finals 4 straight times. They win 2. I see him leave, and with 2 Hall of Fame players, they miss the playoffs. Now, I see LeBron go back. They go to more finals. They win one. He leaves, and now they're the worst team in the NBA. No more questions, Your Honor.
No more questions. I got a bunch of questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
I got a bunch of answers to all those questions.
What'd you make of the video?
When I first watched this last night, and I don't do this very often, I laughed out loud. And then in the next wave of emotion, I felt sorry for your man, LeBron
Why are you
James.
feeling sorry for the man?
Because there's no law against being publicly delusional, especially when you're sitting with your childhood friends, because none of your childhood friends are going to say, hold on just a second, LeBron. Ooh, you better pull back on that one because what about? So he's saying that because they pulled off an upset, which in hindsight doesn't look like that big of an upset, that makes you the greatest player ever just because you pulled that off? And I know they had a great regular season record.
73-9.
Yeah. Did they have Kevin Durant? No, they did not. Would you tell me about Draymond went in the parking lot crying after that game?
Yes.
That showed you his character. That exposed his character.
Okay.
And by the way, in the middle of that series, he got suspended for calling LeBron James the B word in the middle of a basketball game.
LeBron took it out on him.
So he called what you say is the GOAT, the B word. Trust me, nobody ever even dared to think of calling Michael Jordan that word. Nobody even dared to let the thought enter the very back of their mind. In the deepest recesses of their psyche, they never thought of Michael as that word. And Draymond openly, loudly, within earshot of the first 5 rows, called him that because Kiki Vandeweghe, the administrator of discipline, heard that word, and that was the end of Draymond for the next game. So, again, it was an upset, but was it really an upset? Because that juggernaut, as you called them, it turns out those 3, to me, are overrated in the postseason. Because let's start with Steph Curry. Has he ever lived up to those 2 MVPs in the postseason? No, he's always come up smaller, much smaller in the postseason than he's played in the regular season.
Well, that first one, Skip, he was unbelievable. He could have easily been the finals MVP. And this last one. Now, the first 2, Skip, I will give you. The first 2. Now,
but the first one, LeBron had them dead to rights. He had them, and that's without Kevin Love and Kyrie. Well, that's one, if you pull that off, well, you can start making a case. Yeah. And in Game 4, I can show you the numbers. You want to talk about coming up small in the King's house? The King came up small. That's the first time they played Golden State. So in this one, in Games 5, 6, and 7, guess what this guy shot? This guy, Steph Curry. Again, he's a 46%.
This is about LeBron being the GOAT.
I'm telling you, Steph Curry is way overrated in the postseason. First of all, in the last 3 games, 5, 6, and 7, which they lost to LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love, don't underestimate those other 2 guys. Steph Curry had 7 total assists in those games to 12 turnovers. In those last 3 games, he had 7 total assists to 12 turnovers. And if we can just look at Game 7, Steph shot 6 for 19 in his house, 4 for 14 from 3. And he stunk it up in the fourth quarter. And finally, Kyrie said, get out of the way and give me the damn ball because I'll make the shot if all you guys can't. And finally, who closed the deal? Kyrie Irving closed the deal. So don't tell me LeBron didn't have any help. Don't tell me he did it by himself. Look at Kevin Love's numbers down the stretch.
Skip, just like we're not saying that he did it by himself, just like we're saying Michael Jordan didn't do it by himself because John Paxson and Steve Kerr hit game-winning shots. But let's stop pretending like Michael Jordan ever faced a team that was the quality of the Golden State Warriors. Never.
Boy, in the Eastern Conference playoffs, he ran into some juggernauts.
Skip.
They were battles. I witnessed a bunch of them.
The New York Knicks had 1 Hall of Famer. The Indiana Pacers had 1 Hall of Famer.
Yeah, look how loaded
we keep talking about all these.
Go look how loaded the Pacers were with Reggie Miller. Go look.
Reggie Miller,
it was a battle. It went to Game 7.
Reggie's the only Hall of Famer? Reggie's the only Hall of Famer?
We don't have time for me to start listing that roster off to you.
You look at all the teams that he played in the NBA Finals. Name the one team that's comparable to Golden State.
Okay, which Golden State? With Kevin Durant or without? Because LeBron is trying to hang his hat on that upset. That wasn't a big upset.
Any of them.
If LeBron James, right now in hindsight, if we look at their performances in the postseason, if LeBron James has Kyrie Irving as his sidekick, and he's got Kevin Love, who's a double-double machine down low and who can shoot threes, okay? You got those 2 guys versus Steph, who always comes up small in the postseason. What I tell you about Christmas Day stages, he's 3-4. He's shooting 21% from 3 in those 7 games on Christmas Day. He always comes up a little smaller in the big stage pressure game.
But we know in
okay, so it's don't tell me. So it's Steph and Clay and Draymond who got suspended for Game 5.
Which one of those?
I don't know.
Of those 3 guys.
So you got 2 guards and an undersized forward.
If you don't
really?
Mind, if you don't mind me asking.
LeBron's 6'9".
If you don't mind me asking, which one of those 3 players will be in the NBA Hall of Fame?
Everybody gets in the NBA Hall of Fame.
Well,
I told you, everybody does.
If you don't mind me asking, if that's the case, why didn't those
you know what? In hindsight, I'll take LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Love over those 3 with no Kevin Durant in this equation. So I'll take those 3 guys over Steph, Clay, 2 guards, and Draymond, an undersized forward. I'll take those 3. That's not an upset to me.
If everybody gets in the Hall of Fame, why isn't that those Utah teams littered with Hall of Famers, or those Supersonic teams, or those Pacers, or those Knicks? Everybody does not get in the Hall of Fame.
So think about this. Michael Jordan went 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs. That's hard to do.
We're not. That's not up for debate.
LeBron is still 3-6 in the finals. And wait a second. How did Michael Jordan win 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1 scoring title? And LeBron has the audacity to tell his buddies, that one upset made me the greatest. Really? Stop it. I mean, it's just sad.
LeBron doesn't go into the game. LeBron doesn't go into the season trying to lead the NBA in scoring. You know that, and I know that. That's why he's 2,500 assists, 2,500 rebounds, clear of Michael Jordan.
All I know is, who would I want with the ball in his hands at the end of the game? Not the guy who runs from the free throw line. That's just me. Yes, he does.
Because I already know he's going to do the right thing.
Yeah, he's the worst superstar late game clutch free throw shooter we've ever seen.
All I'm saying is that see the thing is, everybody keeps hollering 6 for 6, 6 for 6. So we just gonna disregard those first 7, 8 years in which he couldn't get through the big 3 Celtics. He couldn't get through the bad boy Pistons. We just gonna disregard that. And when Magic was in the 80s and they had Kareem, a young Kareem, and he spanked him every time.
Yeah, and the Celtics are calling him Jesus and sneakers.
And was spanking him. Why would you spank Jesus? Do Larry Bird know he can't get into heaven if you spank Jesus? Because that's what he did every time he faced him in the Eastern Conference. A wop, wop, wop. Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn. Wop, wop, wop. And then Dennis Rodman say, Mahorn, you gone? I'm going to take it over from here. And bust him up.
I got to get me a show with my childhood buddies, and we can just sit around and just tell lies to each other.
Don't do that.
We don't do lies around here.
No lies.
No lies. No lies. We're going back to the truth. The Cowboys who got the win yesterday. Dak Prescott, has he proved